So this is a YouTube first. No one has ever done one of these cars on YouTube that I can find anyway. I have Googled a lot of the parts, but there's not even any second-hand parts that I can see what are available. So this is going to be a challenging project, the most challenging one I've done, but let's see how we get on. Morning, good afternoon or good evening, and welcome back to Salvage Rescues and our brand new project. So this time we have a Mini Aceman. So it's a EV. It's a 74 plate, frontal damage, as you can see. There's a few other marks around it, but I think these are forklift marks from Copart, maybe. But apart from that, it's a reasonably good condition. There's, like I say, a few marks and scrapes on it. The side skirt's gone there, but like I say, I think that's where they picked it up sideways at Copart, because it doesn't run and it doesn't drive. So yeah, airbags are deployed and the pyro fuse has gone as well. So it's not physical, sorry. It's not physically, I'm not physically able to get it into neutral even. So I'm now going to try and get it off the trailer. As you can see, the dash airbag, both curtain airbags are deployed, and steering wheel airbag. So yeah, I've tried everything to get it into neutral, tried everything the instruction manual told me and everything, but it just will not go into neutral for love of money. So I've devised a plan of how I'm going to get it off the trailer, and so that's what we're going to do today, try and remove it from the trailer. Like I say, overall the damage doesn't look too bad. There's something gone through here, and it's also gone through there as well. I don't know what it was. But yeah, there's something gone through that side, but mainly the damage on the passenger side. As you can see, that's totally wiped out the bumper and the bonnet, and yeah, the wing actually doesn't look too bad, apart from it's got a scrape on it, but the wing doesn't look too bad. It's cat-S. I mean, I'll strip it down, but God knows why we're cat-S again. I mean, the upper crash bar isn't even damaged, the lower crash bar isn't even damaged, so I can't imagine why we got any structural damage. I've had a good look round it and underneath. There's lots of remnants of it looked like it's been through a field or something after it probably crashed, so a lot of the under trays are broken and all that. So the plan is to get off the trailer, get it onto some ramps, and then start stripping the under trays from underneath, and yeah, stripping down the damage. So the pyro fuse has gone. There's so few of these. Well, I ain't found one on the internet, if I'm honest. I ain't found one on YouTube or anything where anyone's repaired one of these cars. So, but ChatGPT tells me that the pyro fuse is located in the battery. So I'll probably have to drop the HV battery down, strip that down, and have a look for the pyro fuse. I have talked to Airbag Service, so about replacing the airbags in the car, because you can see they've cut both the curtain airbags, so yeah, I might have them repair them. I'm undecided yet. I'll get a quote from Mini on how much it would be to replace them. If not, I'll get Airbag Service to service them. But yeah, all in all, that's where we are. Even though it says John Cooper Works everywhere, it's not actually a John Cooper one, it's the SE. But it's done, I don't know whether you see that, it's done 128 miles. So that's how new it is. I think they had it for 3 days, I believe. So they brought it on the 25th of November. And then yeah, it was recorded damage on the 28th of November. So there you can see 128 miles from new. So yeah, it's practically a brand new car. Those who have been with me on this journey since I started it, you'll see I've done an EV already. I've done a Vauxhall Mocha as one of my first projects on YouTube. So yeah, so not anything to this extent though. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll set you up on a time lapse. So the plan is to jack the car up, put some skates under the front wheels so the front wheels roll, and then roll the back onto the stands there, and then yeah, somehow get the front off the trailer as well. So yeah, I will do it on a time lapse so you can see if I succeed on getting off the trailer, because at the moment, like I say, I'm stuck in park on the gearbox and I cannot get it out of park no matter what I do. So the only way I can think of doing it is either put it on skates on the front or take the drive shafts off and yeah, just let the wheels free wheel. If any of you know how to get these out of park into neutral, like I say, I've done both options in the owner's manual, and neither of them actually change it into neutral. That always stays in park. So I've exhausted all my avenues, but for when I need to put it back on the trailer, if I do take it up to airbag service to have the airbags done, I would really like to get it into neutral. So yeah, if any of you know how to do it other than what's wrote in the owner's manual, please do let me know and I'll give it a try. But yeah, that's enough waffling. So I think now, yeah, we'll set you up and see how we get on manoeuvring this off the trailer and onto the hard standing. Okay, so ta-da for now. Right, so a bit unorthodox and not something I'd recommend, but she's off the trailer finally. So yeah, that wasn't the easiest job, but we got her off anyway. So we just need to jack the back up now and put some ramps under it to level it up a little bit, and then we'll start stripping it down. As you can see, that was quite a mammoth task. Probably took a couple of hours in the end, but she's off now anyway, so that's the main thing. No additional damage. This is all broken anyway, but yeah, no additional damage that I can see. So yeah, so we'll try and jack the back up now, like I say, and then we'll look at what we need to do to repair her. Okay, so we'll cut back in once we're completed the next steps. Ta-da for now. So that's us with the car jacked up the rear now, and then I'm now jacking up the front of the car, and this is so I can remove the wheel and then remove the inner wheel arch liner as well. The inner wheel arch liner was held in position with some plastic like rivet type clips, and and also two 15mm nuts which go onto a threaded bar. I think these are just done so you can hold the wheel arch liner in position prior to putting in the little plastic rivets. But a lot broke, they're very hard to undo, but very simple to replace at the same time. So that's the passenger side complete, and I'm now moving around onto the driver's side to complete exactly the same operation on this side. Also on the driver's side I needed to remove the wheel arch trim as well. This is in order to make getting the bumper off easier on that side, so I removed that at the same time. Moving on to the bumper now, so this is held in position with 8mm bolts along the slam panel. There was 10 in total to undo, and also there was 3 bolts that hold it to the wing, so 2 in the wing stroke bumper connector, and also another one that clips onto the inner wing support bracket. So I undone these all at the same time. So that's the bumper removed from the car, so there's just one electrical connection to undo, and then I went on to removing all the auxiliary items which are broken from the front of the car, including the impact absorber, and then I removed the light which was also held into position with 4 8mm bolts. So that's the front end stripped down. As you can see on the time lapse, I took the 2 inner arches off and then removed the front bumper. I just got to strip the front bumper down, take all the wiring loom off, all the parking sensors out, radar sensor, etc. This is also broke, but I think I'm going to have to take the crash bars off to remove that, so I'll leave that for now. But apart from that, as you can see, Cat S, this is a Cat S. It hasn't even touched the crash bars, you know, so definitely 100% no chassis damage whatsoever. So another insurance miscategorization. So yeah, the horn's a bit bent there as well, so I have to get a new horn. But apart from that, that's, you know, that's the damage done really. Obviously got the bonnet to take off, but I'll leave that until I get the replacement one so it keeps the motor dry. But I'm just going to remove this door now, take the driver's door off, and then remove this front wing as well, just so I can see what's happened behind there. There's a bit of a bulge here, and like I say, something went right through the, what do you call it, the wheel arch liner, as you can see. So yeah, so I'm just gonna take the door off and take the wing off, and then see what's happening behind there, just to make sure we've got no structural damage. I'll also take this side skirt off as well, so take that off at the same time. But yeah, apart from that, an hour's work and we've practically stripped it down, ready for reassemble. I can get all the part numbers now and start getting things ordered, I think. But yeah, all in all, very little damage for a Cat S, let's put it like that. Right, okay. So yeah, so I'll try and set you up on this side now, and then yeah, I'm going to take the door off and the wing, okay? Ta-ta for now. So as you can see, whatever went through the wing has shattered the door wiring loom plug. Luckily the plugs to the actual on the body of the car are okay, so no other damage that I can see. So I just need to get a new wiring loom for the door, which I'll strip that down in a little while and get the part number of that, and then I can order the wiring loom. Apart from that, yeah, everything else looks straight, and yeah, there's nothing that I can see that requires any attention. So I'm going to strip the door down now, take the door card off, and then put the door back on, keep the car watertight obviously, and yeah, that's it really. I think I can start getting some part numbers and ordering some parts and moving on. I took the side skirt off as well. As you can see, I took the side skirt off. That's just held on with plastic clips. So yeah, so I need a new side skirt. Probably be able to have that one sprayed. It's just, like I say, there's quite a few scratches on it. I just think that's where Copart put the forklift from the side. Wing looks okay, just a scrape on that. Other wing was okay. Where is the other one? Other wing was okay. No dents or marks in that, so that can go back on as well. There's a few dents in the boot here as well, but again, I believe that's, I don't know where you can see that, I believe that's a Copartism where they pick up from the rear of the forklift. So I'll have to get the dent man to have a look at them. A couple of small marks on the diffuser at the back there as well. So that probably needs a spray as well. Apart from that, it's just airbags now. So like I said previously, what I'm going to do is get a quote from Mini to see how much the airbags cost, and if not, send it to airbag service for them to do. I have, oh, that's a good point, I have started to strip down the under tray. So I took the front and the rear under tray off. I'll just need to get that brace off there as well, and then get all that mud from under there, and then look to drop the battery down. Because like I say, that's where I'm told the pyro fuse is, but I will have a look to see if there's any hatches inside the car first, to see if there's any access hatches to the pyro fuse. I haven't found the high voltage cut-off switch yet, so I need to find that before I do that, but that's a job for another day, I think. I'll see how I get on today, but yeah. Oh, this is now I'm down here. This side skirt looks a bit worse than wear, really, so I probably need to get a new one. I don't know if you can see, but it looks a bit cracked, so I'll probably get a new side skirt as well. They just don't care, do they, Copart? They just don't care for, when they see a car's written off, so they just chuck it about their yard and don't care about it. So you have to repair this additional damage. But yeah, so I'll strip this down, get the door back on, and then cut back in then, I suppose, and show you what we're doing next. Okay, ta-da for now. Right then everyone, that's gonna be it for today's video. I did remove the side skirt, even though it's badly scratched. It's not actually broken, so I think I just need I can save that and repair that. What else have I done since the last clip? I removed the front and back like cable protection panels from the HV battery, so they're gone now. I've removed the service disconnect from the battery as well, so we're really ready to drop this battery out should I decide to go that way to get to the pyro fuse. Also, I've stripped the 2 wiring looms from the front bumper, so that's done as well. This one's got a bit of damage on it, so I think one of them is for the parking sensor and the other one, I don't really know what that one is, if I'm honest. Maybe it's one of them, I don't know, so I'll have to get a new wiring loom anyway. The other one is okay, there's nothing wrong with that one whatsoever, so there's nothing else I can save on this front bumper. Everything's either got a hole in it or it's broke or something, so that can go straight to the dump. And the lower trim, what else have I done? Oh yeah, I removed the what do you call it, door card from the door, and then put the door back on. Haven't put any bolts in it, so just put the door back on temporarily. Yeah, and that's about all I've done, I think. So yeah, like I say, next thing is to price up for the airbags and do a little bit more research on the pyro fuse, because I've got some codes actually. I'll put the codes up on the screen somewhere if I remember. But yeah, it definitely says the pyro fuse is blown. Because it's so new, it's hard to get any information on it, exactly what it is or where it is, etc. But we're all ready to go anyway. We're ready to drop the HV battery out should we decide to go down that route. So yeah, so all in all, not a bad day's work there. Like I say, I've had a good look underneath, had a good look round it. No structural damage whatsoever, even though it's a Cat S. There is a small bit of damage to one of the suspension bars at the back there, but again, I think that's Copart, not part of the accident. But yeah, all in all, not a bad purchase and not a bad day's work, I don't think. So what we're looking at doing today is dropping the HV battery out. So far I have removed all the HV connections and drained the coolant from the battery, so they're all disconnected towards the motor end. I have also removed the charging leads from the rear of the car as well. I've removed most of the bolts. He's sitting there on 2 or 3 bolts at the moment each side, so we've got the pallet truck underneath. I am assuming that the weight is distributed evenly, so I'll put the pallet truck right in the middle of the battery. Got a pallet on there and some wood, so we're gonna have to lower her down, rest her on something, and then remove the wood and then lift it back up to pick the battery up again just on the pallet, and then hopefully we've got enough area underneath the car to get the battery from underneath. I don't know the depth of the battery, I don't know how deep it is, so I have raised the car up at the back, just put it on some wood to give me a little bit extra height and make it a little bit more level. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm now gonna remove the remaining 2 or 3 batteries each side and then look to drop her down and remove it, and then we can open her up and see if we can find a pyro fuse, I suppose. But anyway, so what I'll do now is I'll set you up on the tripod, and then we'll get these bolts out and hopefully get the battery out. So ta-ta for now. So that's the first attempt failed. So it's still, the back's dropped. The back has dropped on the bolts. I left the bolts in, I don't know if you can see, I left the bolts in loose, but the front doesn't drop down. So there must be some more bolts in there. So I'm gonna have a look underneath, see if I can see any more connections whatsoever. What connect this HV battery to the body. So I think they're in the middle there. I put crowbar in the other side, and this moves here. This bit here moves, but that seems to be in the middle soon still. So I'll have a look underneath, and then see if I can find any other bolts what are holding this to the body. One thing I didn't say in the last clip was I found the battery kill switch is in the boot. I can't show you at the moment because obviously there's no power to the car, and I need power to open the boot. But there's a little flap. I'll show you once I put power back on the car again. There's a flap in the boot there what's got the HV battery kill connector. But yeah, I just need to find where these other bolts are, what's holding this to the car. So yeah, I'll cut back in once I've located them. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, I think I found them. I didn't think they were connected to the battery, but if you look in there, you'll see a very small 10mm bolt, or an 8mm bolt with a 10mm socket. And I think that's what's holding it up to the body of the car. I've undone the other one because I had to take the pallet truck out, and I've undone the other one. The battery's slightly come down a little bit, so we're going to take this one out, and then we'll go for round 2 of the removal. Okay, all the rest of the bolts are 15mm sockets. So yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 in the front each side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 along the sides. 7 along the sides there. But yeah, I think that one is the fending one. So I'm now going to undo this one, then remove the remaining 15mm bolts, these ones here, and then see if she come out then. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the HV battery removed. As you could probably see in the time lapse, there's this bulbous bit there, so I just had to jack the back of the car up a little bit more just so that cleared the sill. But apart from that, she's out. So here's those smaller, you can see where those smaller bolts were. The last 2 I had to remove. So it's not as deep as I thought it was going to be. So I assume the batteries maybe sit in this section, and the control module there maybe. I really don't know. So what I'm going to do is lift it up a bit more, and then put on some wood, get the pallet truck out, and then yeah, look to remove this cover and see what's underneath, and see if we can find the dreaded pyro fuse. But yeah, reasonably simple. Once we a lot of messing around with the packing on the pallet truck, because the height isn't that great, so you know we couldn't go straight under to start with, so we had to pack it, lower it down on something to remove the pack and lower it down again, but you probably see that in the time lapse. But apart from that, it was reasonably easy to do. If you've got a lift, that'd be a lot easier, but obviously I haven't got a lift yet, so it's all do it the best way you can. Hence why I did it this way. That's the best way I could think of. But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna, like I said, just lift it up, put it on some wood, and then look to remove this cover off the back of it. And yeah, just an initial look inside. I was expecting some HV like type mastic, but it looks like it's just got a foam seal in there, so we might not even need one of them. But I'll get it up, and then yeah, once I won't video me removing all these thousands of bolts, because I think you'll get bored. So once we're ready to get the cover off, I'll cut back in then, and then we're gonna have a look underneath together. Okay, ta-da for now. So sorry about that. I forgot to video. I got that intensely involved with it. I forgot to turn on the video. So what we've done is we took the cover off, as you can see. That revealed what we got underneath here, and in the center here was this control module. So I took off all the connections to that, and then we have what I believe to be the pyro fuse there. I think that's it. Ain't 100% sure, but I'll do a continuity test on it just to make sure. But that's looking like it to me. Yeah, so I'm going to do a continuity test either side to see if anything goes between. That's dead now, that module's dead, because I took off the battery lines to it, the positive and the negative. Ow. So yeah, so I think that could be our culprit there, but I'm going to do a continuity test and have a look. So let's do that and then see what we got. Ta-da for now. So yes, so that is our pyro fuse, what's gone. I can see the yellow plug on the end, but I've took the module out of the battery pack because I can't see how to get to it. So I thought, let's just remove it. I can't see how to get to that bottom connection there to remove the you know, the electrical connection what sets the pyro fuse off. So I'm going to take it inside and strip it down there. So yeah, that's only held in with 4 bolts. These little bolts here, and then those AC connectors there, those little tiny ones there. So I'll put the cover back on now, put a few screws in it to keep it watertight overnight, and then see if I can Google the part number and get a pyro fuse on order, or ring Mini up. They might sell it separately, I doubt it, but I'll have a little play on the internet. But very, very reasonably easy job to do, to be fair. You know, I was expecting it to be a lot more complicated than that, but we're done. We've found it, we've located it. All we need to do is get a replacement, and then we can install it. So yeah, so I'll get this cover back on, and then I'll set you up indoors, and we'll have a look to see if we can work out how to get to that connection on the bottom of the fuse. But I've done a continuity check in between the 2 connections, and there's no continuity there whatsoever. So it's definitely blown, and that's definitely it. Oh, that's a relief. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so we worked out that that's the airbag module connection is in the bottom and you can't get to it. So I've worked out that you need to remove the bottom here, which we'll now do, and I can literally see the plug through these vents here. So I'm just going to remove the base of this module. Like I say, I have checked every connection and it is dead. So this is safe to work on now without gloves, etc. There's no power in it whatsoever. So once we can get it out, we can then have a look for part numbers. I can see the part number roughly on it, but I just want to get it out to make sure. And then I'll spend the next few hours on Google probably, trying to work out where it is. So there's a airbag connection there. I just need to get the right size screwdriver to undo that. Or maybe I can do it with one of these prongs here. No, I need a little screwdriver, don't I? But anyway, you get the general gist. There is the airbag connection there. So the crash connection, I don't really know what's called. So that 100% guarantees us that that's the pyro fuse. So we'll get it out, get the part number, and then yeah, next thing you'll see is us reassembling it. So that's it. Ta-ta for now. Right, so we have a bit of an update. So this is the fuse what came out. So it's a SFM 350B. Now, I tried to get one of these from BMW stroke Mini. They wouldn't sell me just the fuse. They wouldn't even sell me this control module. All they would sell me was a whole battery pack. So I declined that very generous offer, and then I went on the internet and searched everywhere for one of these. The only place I could find them for sale is in China. They're made in China, but they wouldn't sell them to me neither. So they'd only sell them to the manufacturers of this module. So they wouldn't sell me just a plain pyro fuse. So after a lot of research, I come up with this one, which is an FSS5. It's put in BMW electric cars. It's exactly the same size. It's exactly the same resistance. It's the same conductivity capacity. It's for 600 volts, same as that one. It's almost identical, almost identical. There's a couple of minor things which I don't believe will make any difference. Now, I did ask my friend ChatGPT as well, and they also said it's compatible. So the slightly different size busbar connections, but this one's wider, so I assume that is okay, because obviously they're the same thickness, but a bigger connection must be better. Apart from that, there's no other difference. Oh, the only other difference was the airbag connector for this one was one of these, and the airbag connection for the new pyro fuse is one of these purple ones. So I think it's a, I can't remember anyway, but I'll put a description of it in on the screen now, and I'll tell you what number connection goes onto the back of this pyro fuse. So apart from that, we are ready to install. So yeah, so I'm gonna install this, do the connection, build up the module again, and then put the module back in the car, or in the battery pack, and then put the battery pack in the car. So we'll do this together. I have no idea if it's going to work or not, but we'll soon find out. We'll do it together, and hopefully we can see if we've solved our pyrofuse issue. Oh, one last thing I will just show you. So this one here is obviously dead. No conductivity between the two poles, where this one, as you can see, so that one is definitely our problem and it's dead as a dodo. Or not dead, but it's just broken. So yeah, like I say, we'll just install this back in here, do the connection underneath, build the module back up, and then we will install it back on the car. What's that, 13? So that's a 13? Yeah, it's a 13. I'm hoping, like I said, I have no idea if this will work. Everything's telling me it should work. There's nothing what says it shouldn't work. Like I said, I went through the spec sheets of both the pyrofuses and they're literally almost identical. I have to keep caveating it with almost because there is a small difference on the actual size of the body of the pyrofuse. But apart from that, it is exactly the same. So just install our pyrofuse connection now to the underside of that. That is clicked and in place. Just press to make sure the little tabs are down. Yeah, where is my base plate? What have you done with that, Gavin? Ah, it's over here. So we'll put the base plate back on. And then we can install it back on the car. So I'll show you in a minute, but the pyrofuse is just held in position with some 10mm bolts, two 10mm bolts. These obviously need doing up with a 13mm socket, and then just some screws on the base of this. And then we should be ready to go. I have, I'll tell you now, but I'll explain more when we do the work on the car, but I have decided to replace the airbags myself, so I have purchased these from Mini, the airbags. So I've took the two curtain airbags out and the steering wheel airbag. I wouldn't take the dash one out yet until the new ones arrive. They're going to be about 7 days. They've got to come from Germany. I wouldn't take the dash one out quite yet because what I'll do is do it all in one day so I remember how the dash goes back together, because I haven't got a very good memory. But that's that done. So like I say, there's two 13mm bolts or 10mm bolts, 13mm sockets there. Just tighten them down to the buzz bar. Just double check. There was a cable connection there which also had to go on there. Yeah, that's good and that's good. We will just do conductivity between the two just to make sure we're there. Yes, we are. And then this cover here just simply clips over the top. So let me get this. Make sure clips are in place. That one isn't yet. There you go. That one isn't yet neither. That one is. That one is. And that is the, I assume it's the battery control module, ready to go back on the car. So that can go in the bin. Keep it just for reference because I might need it. Keep the spare airbag connection because you never know when you're going to need one of them. And we are done. So yeah, so I'll see you outside. And we will be installing this control module back onto the battery, doing up all the connections, and then put the cover back on the battery. So that's it for the minute. So, oh, just to let you know, while I've got it here, I got the airbag connector from these guys, auto connectors. They have a range of different connectors for this sort of thing, so they're about the only ones what had the selection what I needed to match up with what the pyro fuse was. But yeah, apart from that, I'll see you outside and we'll be installing this box back onto the, or inside the battery pack. So that's it, ta-da for now. So that's the control box now installed back into the battery pack. I don't know whether you have to do this, but the last terminals I put on were the 2 battery terminals. There's 2 electrical connections there, and under this flap, you can't open the flap now, but there's a couple of tiny wires. You can probably just see them down there. So first thing I done was plug the electrical connections in. Then I done up those 2 wires there with a 10mm socket, and then put on the HV orange leads. As you can see, I've tie wrapped them back as they originally were. There's no debris in here. I had to clear a couple of bits of tie wraps where I cut them, but I've got rid of them now. So yeah, so that's in, and then what we're now going to do is put the lid back on, do up all the thousands of bolts. So I have got some Loctite, so I'll put Loctite on each of the bolts. As you can see, when they originally come with a sort of blue anti sort of vibration coating to them, but I haven't got new bolts because they're practically brand new anyway. So I'll just put a dab of Loctite on each one, and then we'll go around and do all these up, and then we can put the battery back under the car. So yeah, I'll set you up on the tripod, and then we can put the lid back on. Oh, as I said in the previous video, this lid has got like a foam seal around it, as you can see. So no sealant required. Just put that on and yeah, do the bolts up. Okay, see you in a bit. Ta-da for now. So that's the cover installed. I don't know whether you could see on the time lapse, but what I did is I did every other bolt right the way round, and then went back and done the missed bolts afterwards. I didn't say, but there's a couple of pins here, one each end, as you can see. So when you put the lid on, the lid lines up with those pins, so pretty straightforward. There's these as well, which hold down, I suppose, the middles to stop it vibrating when you're driving. There's also these cover plates to put on, so I'll just put them on off camera, but 2 cover plates, they cover these purple things up, whatever they are. I assume they're some kind of vent or something like that. But yes, that's ready to go underneath now. So I'll go get the pallet truck again, jack the rear end of the car up slightly, and then go for a push under, and then hopefully we can get it secured under there tonight. So yeah, so I'll set you up again once I go get the pallet truck, and then I'll see you in a bit. Ta-da for now. So that's the battery installed. All I've done is put it on 2 bolts at the front and 2 bolts at the back just to hold it up, because I don't want to put all the bolts in and then have to take them out if the pyro fuse fix didn't work. So I'm just going to have a tidy up, get rid of all the packing and everything what's lying around, just make it a bit more safer. Lots of bits and pieces lying around. As you can see, I don't know whether you can see on the time lapse, but that once I got the battery up and in position, it just needed to come forward about 1 inch either side. So I just put a couple of cargo straps on it just to pull it forward while it was on the pallet truck and on the wood, so it moved quite easy. And yeah, that was it's up and fixed. Like I say, 2 bolts each corner just to hold it up there. I'll have to tidy up, and then what I'm going to do is get all my high voltage gear on again, and then plug the connections back in, plug the 2 coolant lines, put them back in as well, fill and bleed the coolant up for the battery pack, and then we'll see what we've got. We'll plug the 12-volt battery back in. That'll enable me to open the boot, and then I'll show you where the kill switch is, and then we'll run some codes and see if it's fixed the problem. But yeah, okay, I'll be back in a little while. Just like I say, I'm just going to have a bit of a tidy up, and then I'll plug all the leads back in, then cut back in after that. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so that's the leads and hoses all connected again, both ends. So I've done charging connection as well on the rear. You can see that one a bit better there. So everything's done. I've filled the battery coolant back up again, so, and tried to bleed it through. I don't know whether I got all the air out, but I've done what I can. And then I've connected the 12-volt battery, so this opens now. There's the battery kill switch I was telling you about, so I can plug that back in again now. I might need 2 hands for this. Yeah, just let me put you down while I do that. Right, sorry about that, I worked out. So that little green bit there, you have to, that stops that from going back in, so you have to sort of pull it out, if you know what I mean, just to let that switch go back in. So yeah, so that's the battery kill switch done. So we'll now plug the reader in. Where's the OBD pole again? There we go. As you can so while this is doing that, like I say, I've already took both curtain airbags out, so they're gone. I've took the steering wheel airbag off as well, lowered the headliner down. Like I say, I haven't took the passenger dash one out yet, because when I get the new one, I'll do that at the same time. I'll do it all at the same time. It said unable to find a pin. So let's go on history, because we've done this car before, haven't we? Oh, you see that okay? I believe it's that one. It's not coming up with all the drivetrain issue and all that, which I come up with last time. So, but I will still clear the fault codes before I try and put it into gear, etc. Still have a lot of fault codes up because obviously we've got the airbags are missing. I'm gonna have to get myself a new scanner because this winds me up that it hasn't got a hook that you can put onto the steering wheel. As always, you've got to try and find a place to set it up. What's she saying now? Do you see that okay? Like I say, there'll be a few because the 12 volt battery has been disconnected as well for nearly a week now. Right, that's it. I'm not even going to read them because I know what they were from last time, so let's just clear down what we can. Right, here we go. So we should get quite a few come back, especially airbag ones. But I'm just hoping the Pyrofuse one doesn't show its pretty little face again. Right, crash, here we go. Driver's airbag, yeah. Driver's valve, yeah. Front passenger airbag, end fitting pre-tensioner, yeah. Belt force limiter, yeah. Head airbag, actuator, pedestrian, yeah. That's the bonnet ones, isn't it? Airbag sensor, accelerator sensor. There's nothing there for the Pyrofuse resistance too high. Still there, that. Still there. Oh, there are. We've managed to get it in gear. Every time windscreen wipers off. So we managed to get it in gear. Goes in neutral now. Goes in drive. So we should be able to move it. Let's put it into park. How do you put it into park? Now, park. And let's shut some of these boots and all that. Still haven't put that door card on, so it's awkward to get out of there. I don't know whether those ramps are too high for me to drive it off. Suppose we'll soon find out. That looks like it's bled properly now because it's gone down. This turns it off, doesn't it? Right, let's forget that for the minute. Put it into drive. Oh, she moves. She moves. I don't really know what went on. Well, she moved for a little bit. Oh. so sure why it's only going a little way, if you know what I mean. No, it just cuts out straight away. It might be something to do with all the sensors. Driver assistance, restrict door open. Yeah, well, that's not plugged in. Perhaps that's the problem. Right. Give me 10 minutes and I'll come back in if I can get this door to plug in. Okay, ta-ta for now. Right, I've now got the door to shut. As you can see, it's just the bonnet what's open now, so let's see if she moves now. Let me just pan out a little. So I have jacked up and put it onto lower ramps just in case. Oh yeah, she's going. Yeah, she's going. Right, let's just get out again. Yeah. Oh, so the pyrophos worked. Well, that's a relief, isn't it? God, that's a really big relief. So all we need to do now is airbags, and then we can commence the rebuild of the front. Just see if we can get it to move a bit more than that. Oh yeah, she's going. Look at that. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. All right, reversing camera on. Look. Oh, what a relief. Oh, it's just fantastic. £20, well, £18.84 that pyrophos cost me from eBay. What a result, what a result. So I'll just have to clear some codes again, and then hopefully I'll clear that pyrophos code. Maybe it's cleared now, but I wouldn't pain you with going through that. So yeah, I'll cut back in when I decide what's next, okay? Ta-da for now. So I'll just cut back in quickly again. So I've looked through because I've done a cleared DTCs again, and the pyrophos one is gone. So there's airbags, seat belts, pedestrian actuators on the bonnet, and then yeah, look, gone. And then the cameras, restricted availability, central locking system, yeah, not surprised. And radiator shutter calibration, yeah, because the shutters broke. So yes, that's good news. Thought I'd cut back in and give you that good news. Ta-da for now. So as you just see in the time lapse, that's me. I put all the bolts back in for the battery. I won't climb down there, you don't need to see them, do you? I'll put all the bolts back in what hold the battery up. Again, put a bit of Loctite on them. I did torque them up before I took the battery down. I put the torque wrench on to see when it broke, and that was 120 Newton meters. So I thought lovely, so I torqued them all back up to 120 Newton meters, and yeah, so that's that done now. What I'm going to do now is my last job really, is take off this, if I need to, take off this upper crash bar. I think I'm going to have to get this shutter grille out so I can get, I can then get that on order. Mind you, the part number's there. Do I leave it until I get the new one, or do I take it off now? No, I think I'll leave it all in situ. Then when I strip it, I'll know how to put it back on. So yes, so now she's moving. I intend to order the complete front end now. So I got a price for the bumper, bonnet or hood if you're American. I got a price for the hood, new hinges, actuators. So I've got that, but I never priced up for the bumper, all the side skirts, etc., because I wanted to make sure I could get her moving first, and then when she was moving, I was prepared to spend the money then. So there's a few other broken bits. So what I'll do now is I'll make a list up of everything I think I need to rebuild the front end, get it all on order, because I know they don't carry any parts for the Aceman yet in the UK. They all have to be shipped from Germany, which is about 7 to 10 days, so I might as well get them ordered now, and then when the airbags come next week, I can fit all the airbags and try and clear as many codes as I can, and then the following week all the parts should be here for the rebuilding the front end, and then we should be able to complete this in one, maybe 2 more episodes. Just depends on how the part ordering go, and whether I do get everything I need. But yeah, so big success, I think. So yeah, I think we're going to leave that. I was going to strip that, but I think we're going to leave that now. So I've got the booth curtain airbags, so that's one of the first jobs I'm going to do, install the curtain airbags, and then I can get this headliner back in position. There isn't a lot of room up here, so it's going to be quite hard to video. So I think what I'll do is I'll install one and then cut back in to show you how the airbags attach to the car, and then where it clips and all that, and then I can install the other one as well. I just noticed a mark on that wing mill. I think that'll buff out. And then I'll install the other one, then I'll show you when we've got the headliner back in situation. She's becoming very dirty through sitting here, so I'll probably give it a wash as well. I have put the wing back on just temporarily, just to see if I can get it to line up, or whether I need a new wing. We've also got this replacement air duct shutter grille there, so we've got the replacement one of them. So in this episode we'll also take the front end off, take the upper crash bar off, and then we can install the new air duct guide. Unfortunately I haven't got the passenger side airbag yet, but hopefully I'll get it very soon, and I might put that into the end of this clip, or I might have to go into another clip. It depends on when that arrives. What else have we got? We've got a few other parts for this. We've got this replacement slam panel extension, which is broken there, as you can see. That's only a few bolts to replace that. I've got the pedestrian sensor. I've got that, so but that can't go on until I got the foam absorber, and that hasn't come as yet. But I might, again, that might be here, depending on how long this clip is, to whether I include it in this. I have got the new bonnet hinges. The bonnet unfortunately hasn't arrived as yet, but I haven't got these actuators neither. They're on quite a long lead time, they are, but that won't stop me getting to the body shop, so I can still get to the body shop once I get the bonnet, or hood as they call it. Once I get that, I can get the car off to the body shop and get the bonnet painted, the bumper, and I'm and we all need what might need painting. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just waffling now, aren't I? I'm just waffling. So what I'll do is I'll cut back into the video once I got one of the airbags installed, show you how that fits to the car, show you where the clips go, and then yeah, and then I'll do the other one as well, because I don't, like I said a minute ago, I don't think I'll be able to get a camera anywhere up there. Unfortunately, I haven't got a cameraman who can work with me, but I don't think I'll be able to get a camera anywhere into a decent enough position for you guys to see. So I think that'll just be easier if I do it and then show you how it installs after that. But yeah, like I say, I'm just waffling. While I'm waffling though, these two side skirts here, one hasn't got no delivery date whatsoever, and the other one is the end of July. So that's how long we're looking at for parts for this car. I think it's the near side one is coming the end of July, and the offside one hasn't got any delivery date at the moment at all. So, but again, that isn't going to stop me getting it to the body shop. And it wouldn't stop me getting the car sort of practically finished. It just, you know, it's just an appearance thing. There'll be one, you won't be able to, you'll notice that that hasn't got the side skirts on. But yeah, like I say, they're only cosmetic. But yeah, anyway, so you've probably heard enough of me waffling. So I'll get on with some work now, okay? So I'll see you in a bit. Ta-da for now. Right, so this is a passenger side airbag installed. As you can see, the canister is just held in position with two T30 bolts there. The airbag connection snapped in. Then the rest of the airbag just holds in position with these clips. They're the worst things in the world to take off, but they're really easy to install. They just literally push into the square hole. We've also, there's a T30, Ruben's here helping by the way, there's also a T30 bolt down there, what holds the strap. And then we had to install this like support bracket for the passenger handle, you know, what connects to here. We had to take that off so we could get to that clip there to remove it and reinstall it. So that's just held in place with some 10mm bolts, full 10mm bolts. So that's it, that's passenger side airbag installed. We're now going to install the driver side airbag, and then once we've done that, we'll reinstall the headlining. So yeah, so I won't cut back in until after we installed the headline. The headline is just held in with these clips. As you can see, it just literally pushes up and snaps in place, and then obviously you've got all your trims around A-pillars, etc. what you put on afterwards. But yeah, so we'll get the driver's one in, and then we'll cut back in once we've got the airbag, the headline back in position. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so that's the headliner installed. We haven't done the back yet because I can't get the boot open because the battery's disconnected at the moment, but it just clipped up here and then obviously sits behind the door rubbers there. Might need some tweaking. That one doesn't look right, Ruben. Might need a little bit of tweaking. Yeah, if you look at this one. But we put the sun visors back on and the door handle, the grab handle, and secured all the lights and everything in the back. So yeah, so we can't put these A-pillars on yet, covers on yet, because we need to get this dash out still to get this airbag replaced. And I'm still waiting for I've got the airbag, but I haven't got the dash. So I'm just waiting for the dash to come in. So what we're going to do next, I believe, is we're going to jack the car up again. And then we're going to, there's a, what do you call it? Diffuser. There's this diffuser here. That's all bent and twisted, I believe, from Copart and broken. I got a new one of them. And also we got two new lower suspension arms. So we'll replace them as well. I'll show you the reason why. When we get them off, we'll have more room, and then we're gonna move around to the front of the car and then strip the air, or strip the crash bar off to get the air duct out. Okay, But that's the headliner done. I just need to sort out that bit there. Something not right there. We will sort that out anyway. Yeah, it's not sitting right, but we can sort that out. And then, yeah, and then we put some parts in the car, and then I can obviously sort the boot headliner. Okay, that's it. Yep, sorry, ta-da for now. So what we've done is we've raised the car up onto the ramps again, because we're going to concentrate on underneath, putting these battery terminal guards back on again, but also I've jacked the car up and removed the lower suspension arm. I don't know whether you can see it there. This is why I didn't video, because it's a bit tight under there, but that's held in position with these two 12mm bolts. They take a 16mm socket on that end and a 17mm spanner on that end, and also removed this diffuser box from the back here, and I'll show you the reasons why. Betty's come and say hello. So this is the old diffuser box. As you can see, it's pretty mangled up and bent. I believe that's a Copart accident. That's where they put the forklifts under, and there's a new one. You can see the difference there. This is why we replaced that. And this is the lower suspension arm again. Totally believe this is caused by the forklifts at Copart. So you can see how bent that one is compared to the new replacement one. So we can safely say we need a new one of them. So I got the same to do on the other side, only on the suspension arm. On the other side, the actual diffuser box is okay. So I'm now going to install the new suspension arm, and then I'll put the diffuser box afterwards. There's a couple of these tabs and pulled through here as well, so I'll just repair all that at the same time. But like I say, it's a bit tight, so I wouldn't video, but I'll show you when it's done anyway. And then I got, like I said, I'll just do the other side once I finish this one. Okay, bit of an update, so ta-da for now. Right, so that's the new suspension arm back on and the new rear diffuser box. There is a obviously you set the camber on this leg. There is a blue mark where it was previously, so I'll set it roughly to that. As you can see, I will have to have it aligned, but for now I just put it roughly where the blue mark was. And then we're going to go on and remove the one on the near side. That's bent, not quite as bad, but that is bent. And there is another piece in front of that, like a diffuser thing. I did order it, but it doesn't seem to be here, so they probably missed it off the order. So that one's okay. It's just the driver's one's broken, so I'll get a new one of them. And then once we've done that, we're going to put the rear cable guard up and the boot cover, and then that'll be the rear end complete. So I'll put the wheel back on, jack the other side up, and then this is the bit what goes in front of the wheel. But yeah, like I said, I did order it, but it doesn't seem to, I can't find it, so maybe they missed it off the order. But yeah, so we're now gonna put the wheel back on, jack the other side up, and do exactly the same. And then once I got the boot cover on and everything, I'll cut back in, show you that, and then we can commence on the front. That'll be the rear end complete then, and then we can look to strip down the front. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so that is us done on the rear. As you can see, we've put the new rear lower cross member in. We also put the boot floor cover on. We put the battery connection cover on as well. So that was just held in place with 2, 4, 6, 8 15mm sockets needed on a 10mm bolt, I suppose. And then this plastic cover is just held in place for these, where are they? There. These like metal self-tapping screws, and then some screws into the rear bumper. So I'll just show you the other lower cross member. It wasn't as bent as the other one, but it is still bent. You can literally see where the forklift marks have gone from Copart, but as you can see it is bent. So yeah, so both of them need replacing. It's obviously not as bad as that one, but they're done now. Like I say, I still need to get the car tracked, full wheel alignment, but we'll do that once we've finished off the bodywork. So what we're now going to do is, Ruben's out here now to give a hand. Look, there he is. You wouldn't hear him because he ain't got a mic on, but so we're now going to strip the front end down and change this air duct stroke shutter thing on the front. So we'll I'll set you up on a tripod on a time lapse, and then we'll commence stripping this down. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the front end stripped down, generally the same as any other crash bar, so it's just held in position with four 10mm bolts there. What need a 15mm socket, and then yeah, the air duct guide was just held in place with these little four of them, two at the top, two at the bottom. We just got to strip the actual rubber guide off the front of it because it's undamaged, so I thought, well, there's no point in buying a new one of them. So the new one doesn't come with this rubber grill on the front, and then yeah, and then we'll reassemble it all, put it all back together, and then that's that part done. Then we'll have to go under the car and fit the battery connection guide. But yeah, all in all, quite easy to do. And yeah, it took us, what was it, Ruben? 2 or 3 minutes, mate? Not 2 or 3 minutes. 20 minutes? Yeah, 20 minutes, something like that. Okay, so yeah, we'll set you up on time lapse again, and then we'll reassemble. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the front end completely reassembled again. So as we said, we got a new one of those slam panel extensions. It's bolted on. Everything's back in place on the crash bar, and everything. The air duct's back in, obviously. So that's ready to go. Fix the water bottle again. All came off, went on perfectly. Like I say, don't forget, everyone, this is a category S car, so there's structural damage somewhere. Joke, innit? It's an absolute joke. So yes, we also off camera, there's no point in trying to show you on camera because it's too tight under here, we put the front battery cover back on as well. That's probably a better angle. So that's back on as well, ready to go. So really the externals of the car is just waiting for the panels now. So the last thing to come is the hood, or the bonnet, whichever country you're in. So yeah, so there's no point in putting the rest on until we get the hood. One other thing we're going to do today is we've got the new seat belt as well, because the driver's side seat belt's locked out. So we'll install that in a bit as well. That'll clear another code out of the car. So all the codes what we should have left are the passenger airbag, the actuators, and obviously all the PDCs and everything, and lights for the front end. I have got the headlight. I could actually, no, I was thinking, so I could put the headlights in, but because of the damage to the bonnet, I'd rather wait rather than damage the new headlight. But yeah, so I'll leave it there for the minute. Then, like I say, then we'll have a go at the seatbelt. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the new seatbelt fitted, as you can see. A couple of T50s, one at the top, one at the bottom, and then obviously your airbag connections as well. What I've also done is removed the pre-tensioner as well while I was here. It's the same again, T50, and then obviously just a couple of 10 mils on that bar. So yeah, that's that done now, so that's good. And then, like I say, we've also removed the pre-tensioner, which is there, and also took off one of the actuators as well, just to see if I can, because these are on a hell of a lead time, so I was just seeing if I could find another one or another two what aren't specifically for this model of car. But yeah, that's, like I say, pre-tension is only held in with one T50, so I didn't even have to, that was a bit of a struggle, but I didn't have to remove the seat. You could just about get a spanner in there to undo it, so that's good. What else have we done? So I'll leave that trim off there until obviously I install the pre-tensioner, because obviously that cover sits over it. Yeah, so that's good. That's another one ticked off the list. And then also, oh yeah, also I've installed these two, I don't know what they're called, and they were trouble to order from Mini as well, but they're like a little plastic extension on the upper crash bar, just held in with two 10mm bolts. And they seem to, all they seem to do is hold that wire. There's one each side, and they hold the pedestrian sensor wire. That's all they seem to do. But yeah, so we'll have a look through the parts I've got, see if there's anything else. But yeah, so slowly getting there, one piece at a time, as they would say. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so I started to take the dash out. As you can see, I started to unbolt everything. All these connections here, took off part of the center console. But when I looked at the back of this front bit, there was a couple of screws here. So I took them off, and it seems this bit just clipped in. So I went round the other side, done exactly the same, but didn't unbolt this bit the next time, and then pulled this out, and like you say, that unclipped, and then, but there was something stopping it from coming out of the middle there. So I dismantled the back of this touchscreen thing here. There's a bit awkward to get out. There's lots of bits, as you can see, there's lots of bits what needed to come out. And then there was a couple of screws down there, what you can see, what are now missing, which takes the entertainment system out. And then this thing here just pulls out, as you can see, pulls out. And then I think the reason the dash won't come out is there's two more screws there. I don't know if you can see them, but there's a couple more screws there. So I'm going to undo them, or unplug this, and then undo them, and then I can see if I can get this front bit of the dash off, which will then let me remove the bit behind it, I'm hoping, which will then save me dismantling the rest of the dash. So I'll unplug this, undo those screws, then cut back in after that to show you how you get on. I can't film it while I'm ongoing because I need 2 hands. Okay, ta-da for now. So yes, we're loose now. So I took out, like I say, the touch screen. That was just held in position with 2 bolts. You can see where that was bolted in there, and that bolted onto the dash there and there. And then this box thing, whatever that is, that slid in there and was bolted in there. Sorry, it slid in there and was bolted in there. Unplugged both. And then yeah, the dash is loose, and you can see all the bolts you need to get to remove this top section of the dash here. So I'm hoping that'll do it. All what's holding it from coming out is that bit of cloth over the steering wheel. So I probably need to undo the cowling around the steering wheel, and that'll come undone, and then this part of the dash should come away. There is a connection under there for the LED lights, which I'll unplug in a minute. And then yeah, I'm hoping that we can then remove this part of the dash where the airbag sits without having to take all the rest off. But it might be a total waste of effort, and I might not be able to do it, but that's worth a try, isn't it? It's easier than stripping down all this lot underneath me, the lower part of the dash. So we'll continue on with this, and then yeah, I'll remove the cowling around the steering wheel, remove that, and then hopefully that'll release that trim there, and then yeah, we should be okay. Well, I think it's going to be okay, but I might be wrong. Okay, so cut back in when we're at the next step. Ta-da for now. So yeah, that's it. Like I say, I just undone the cowling around the steering column, and that is that bit removed, as you can see there. So as you can see, it's mainly held in with these clips. Lots of those clips all the way around. Like I say, a couple of screws each end, a couple of screws there, and she's now released. So I think, because this bit is separate, this bit what's holds the heads-up display, that is separate. I brought the dash, and that is just this bit here. It doesn't come with the heads-up display cut out. So so I'm hoping that we can now just remove the rest of whatever's holding this in, and lots of screws along here, I should imagine, and then that should come away without having to dismantle the lower half of this dash. But trial and error this is, but it's looking okay. At least we got the front bit off now. So which need, you know, whether we took it off with the dash, I don't know whether we would have done, because I don't think you'll get to those connections. I think you had to take the entertainment system out first before you remove the dash anyway. But whatever happens, it's a little bit of progress, and that's all we're trying to achieve, a little bit of progress. So yeah, so I think what we'll do now is start removing the rest of these connections and seeing how loose we can get this. I'll probably take this bit off first, the heads-up display cover, because as you can see it splits along there and goes round there. So probably take that bit off first, and then see what we got underneath there before I remove the rest of these connections. Okay, waffling away, talking to myself more than I'm talking to you guys. Okay, so I'll leave it there, and I'll show you what's next. I might try and set up the camera on a little time lapse, see how we get on. But yeah, okay, Ta-da for now. So a bit of an unorthodox way of doing it, but we got there in the end. As you can see on the time lapse, we removed the dash top. What I had is I've got the new one here, and I just followed where all the bolt holes were, and then undone all the screws from that one. The biggest pain was undoing the airbag connections. There's two underneath there, and they were quite hard to get to with this bar here, but we managed to do them in the end. So yeah, that was the worst bit. And then there was a cable that's a speaker cable, what was connected to underneath the dash. So when I tried to pull it out, that was, that's just connected. But apart from that, she's out, which is the main thing. So what we're now going to do is put the new one in. Well, it's needless to say really, but I never mentioned it before. But while I'm working on all the airbags, obviously I've unplugged the battery under the bonnet, the 12-volt battery, so not to set anything off. But yeah, I did unbolt this heads-up display, which I'll bolt back up because I thought that was stopping it coming out, but there's actually a couple of bolts around the back which I couldn't have got to anyway, but that didn't actually stop it coming out in the end. But I think it's easier than dropping the whole dash down. I might be wrong. It might have been easier just to drop the whole dash down. I did take the glove box off thinking I could get to the airbag connections there, but as you can see, you got the big fan, interior fan there, so that wasn't an option either. So the only other way was to drop all the dash down and then obviously take off a load of stuff underneath. So I think it's probably slightly quicker to do it this way, although very awkward. But if you disagree, leave it in the comments below. So what I'm now going to do is put the new airbag underneath this one. That just bolts to the underneath. As you can see, the studs are there already, so you just bolt it to that, put a bit of Loctite on them. I will Loctite all the bolts before I put the dash back in as well, because a lot of them did have the old BMW blue little anti-vibration stuff on, so I will I will put some Loctite on all them. But apart from that, all we've got to do is remember where everything goes. So there's a few LED lights along the underneath, so they had to come off as well, as you can see. So that's what all these plugs are for. But there wasn't really that much connected to it, if I'm honest. All in all, I think that's the best way, although, like I say, some of you might disagree. But anyway, there's a few marks on the windscreen, but they're just like where the plastic's rubbed, and they'll come off, as you can see, they'll come off from my finger. So yeah, let's get the airbag on the underside of there, and then let's go for a reinstall. Well, not a reinstall, because if I was to reinstall, I'll reinstall the old one, wouldn't I? But this part here, which just holds the speaker, that's just held in with clips, as you can see. These little plastic clips is held in with them. So took that off, undone the speaker, and then obviously I could then see what's going on with the heads-up display to see whether I needed to undo that. But yeah, hopefully we can get this back on with very little hassle. Okay, so I'll set you up on time lapse again to see if we can get it back in. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the new airbag installed on the underside of the new dash. Here's the old one. I had to find that in the car because I think that holds a strap or something by the looks of it. Look. So I think that pings out once it's detonated. So I had to find that so it weren't rattling around in the car. But yeah, so we're now going to go try and install this, the reverse of how it came out. So I'll set you up again on the time lapse and then we'll see where we get from there. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to bolt this heads-up display back in before I put the dash in because I didn't need to take those bolts out. But okay, ta-da for now. I was literally then going to install them. I thought, well, I just better double check and make sure there's nothing else underneath which I need to transfer over. And as you can see, you've got these vents here, which I need to install onto this one. So I'm so glad I checked. So yeah, they're just held in place with these little screws. So I'll just transfer all them onto the new dash before I install it. Oh, what a relief I checked first. Okay, so I'll be a little while before I install the dash. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's them transferred now. So glad I checked. I cannot see anything else on the old dash. Now what needs to be transferred onto the new one. I think that's complete. Sorry, I was just checking the foam. Yeah, sorry for the pause. So yeah, everything's done. So we're ready to go. So let's get you set up on the tripod and let's get this into the car. Okay, ta-da for now. Bit of a long clip there, but short clip as in the time lapse is short, but there's a lot achieved in that duration. So as you can see, we put the dash back on, then we put the speaker and heads-up display cover on, we installed this front bit, and then we put the entertainment system back in. The one problem I nearly had was I forgot to put the airbag connections in, so I had to take out again just to reconnect the airbags. So I'm going to leave it like that at the moment. As you can see, it's just mainly held in position with these screws, but there is some 10mm socket bolts, so 6mm bolts. I'm not going to put any of the rest of the dash on at the moment because I want to connect the battery up again and then see if the airbag fault goes, and also make sure the entertainment system works. But all this just clips in, as you can see. The dash, there's 2 bolts there, one each side, which holds the dash up there, and then just lots of screws and some, I think there's 4 or 5 bolts in the front of the dash before I put this cover on. But she's back together. Like I said, I'm now going to turn the power on, make sure the entertainment system works, make sure the airbag fault goes as well, and then once I've done that, I'll recommence rebuilding the rest of the dash. I was hoping that I would be able to finish all the interior in this episode, but I can't because I'm still waiting for the pre-tensioner. That's the only thing I'm waiting for, and obviously steering wheel airbag, but as we all know, it's just a clipping affair, that is. But so I can't finish all the inside because of those two items are still outstanding. Yeah, so anyway, I'll go put the power back on, check everything's working, and then continue installing the dash, all the covers, etc. I can now do these A-pillars, and then I'll cut back in once I've got it all reassembled. Okay, I can put the door back on again now. I took the door off just to give me ease of access, really. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the dash all back together again. As you can see, I put the side panels on, put the rubbers back in. As you can see, the entertainment system's working. I did read the fault codes, and the code for the passenger airbag is now gone, so that's good. So all we got now are the pre-tensioner and the actuators under the bonnet. Sorry, I was just going to move it off the ramps while I was talking to you guys. So unfortunately, sorry about this, just concentrating on that. Right, so we'll finish this with a bit of an update. So let me tell you where we are and what we are doing. So the interior is nearly done. Like I say, I'm just literally waiting for the pre-tensioner. As soon as that comes, that'll be the interior complete and all the airbags done. So the bonnet isn't due until mid-June, so we've got probably about another month's wait for that. I have the bonnet hinges, I have the actuators as well now. They weren't due until July, but they're actually come now. I have the bonnet, sorry, I have the bumper. I don't have the bonnet. The bonnet isn't due until mid-June. I have the bumper, I have all the grills for the bumper, I have everything for the bumper. Now this foam, the foam absorber, they can't actually find a part number for that, so that is a bit of an issue. As you can see there, I'll try to rebuild what I've got to see if I can make that up again, but I have a piece missing there. So I have that bit missing there. So they can't actually, this is Mini, they can't actually find the part number. They don't actually know how to order that at the moment. So that is a problem. I have both headlights because one was okay, the other one's come in. I have all the trims for the wheel arch. The side skirts aren't due till mid-July, but like I said previously, I'm not too worried about the side skirts. So yeah, so the main thing I'm waiting for is the bonnet. So I don't really know what's happened, but the bonnet came in 3 weeks ahead of schedule, so we've got it booked in the body shop next week. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the bonnet, change the hinges, install the lights, install the bumper, reinstall that wing there, and then check everything for alignment so that we can then send her off to the body shop to be painted. So yeah, so I'll set you up on the tripod and we'll commence with removing the old bonnet, and then we'll take the hinges off. So from what I can make out, there's just a couple of look like 13mm bolts what hold the hinges, and then a couple on the bonnet there as well. Same the other side. I'll take that actuator off. Like I've said before, the actuators have come now, even though they weren't due till the end of July. So, but I won't install them while it's going to the body shop because they're being away to paint the new hinges. What haven't I got? Oh, the foam absorber, impact absorber. They found part number, they got it ordered, and then the order got cancelled because that was the wrong part number apparently, so that's still a mystery. What else haven't I got? The side skirts, they haven't come yet, and the pre-tensioner and the driver's airbag. Apart from that, I have everything else to complete it, so I'm just waiting for those, the side skirts, the foam absorber, and the 2 parts for the airbag. The driver's steering wheel airbag and the pre-tensioner. But no delivery dates on any of these items yet, so you can see why the insurance write these cars off, because they'd be paying for hire cars for the people and stuff like that, but it still doesn't explain why they make them a Cat S when they're clearly not a Cat S, but that's a different story altogether. So that's what we're going to do today. So Ruben's here. Ruben will give me a hand in a little while, but first of all I'm just going to remove the bonnet. Okay, so I'll set you up, stop waffling and get on with it. Ta-da for now. Right, so that took a lot longer than it needed to. Sorry about the noise, the farmer's cutting the field next door. One of the bolts wouldn't go back in, so yeah, so I had to tap it, and obviously that ruined the end of the bolt, so I had to use my 8mm die to re-thread the bolt and re-tap the hole, but that's in now, as you can see. So both hinges are on. What I'm now going to do is remove these bonnet catches, and then yeah, and then install the new bonnet. I'll grab Ruben to give me a hand, and then we can put the new bonnet on, and then we can play around with the hinges, try and get the alignment light. Then we'll put the lights in as well. Put the 2 lights in, and then yeah, and then we'll see where we go from there. But the main thing is get the bonnet on, and once that's on, we'll probably put the lights on, then check for alignment, then put the bumper on, then play around with the driver's wing as well. Okay, so I'll just transfer those 2 catches over, and then I'll see you in a little bit on another time lapse. Ta-da for now. Right, I stopped the time lapse because it's taken a bit longer than I thought that's going to. But I got the bonnet nearly there now. It still needs a little bit of tweaking, but it's got to come off again for painting anyway. But as you can see, we've got a bit of a difference in gap around there, but it's reasonably level. Yeah, this wing just needs to be tweaked a little bit, but yeah, I think that's good enough. That wing's still got to go back slightly. You can see quite a big gap there. Still got to go back slightly, so I still need to play with it. But it's on, it latches, it doesn't hit the light. Like I say, it just needs to, the light probably needs to go in a little bit. But they've all got to come out again for painting anyway, so I just wanted to make sure we were reasonably there. So yeah, what am I going to do is get the bumper, put the bumper on, make sure that's all roughly in the same place as well. What it actually was, when I put the headlight in, I didn't notice this bracket was slightly forward, no, slightly back, sorry. So nothing would line up because of this bracket. So all it needed was a little knock with a hammer to make it upright again. And then it all fell into place. This bumper looked like it needed to come up a lot. But because that bracket was that way, that was pulling the light that way. And yeah, it didn't really, nothing seemed to line up, and that took me ages to figure out what it was. But in the end, that was just, like I say, that bracket, obviously where the crash was, just pushed that bracket back slightly. There's only 2 or 3 mil, something like that, but that threw everything out for ages. Took me ages to suss it out. I've plugged the lights in to check they're working, and typically this one ain't got any bulbs in, so I need to get some bulbs for that. The new one. But yeah, so what am I going to do, like I say, is get the bumper on, make sure that all line up as it should, and then yeah, and then she's ready for paint then. Like I say, it's just still needs to play about with this wing. They're going to do a little bit of repair on the wing anyway, so there's a little bit of a dent there, so they're going to do a little bit of repair on the wing. So I don't need to overly concern myself, but I just need to play around with it and make sure that's lined up. Okay, so I'm waffling again. So yeah, so I'm going to get the bumper out and then look to install that. Okay, ta-da for now. That's the bonnet now temporarily on. Bumper, sorry, and the bonnet, but you've seen the bonnet already. As you can see, pretty good. Nice gap, a little bit bigger this end, and there's a little bit of a gap under the light, so either the bumper needs to come up or the light needs to go down. I think probably the light needs to go down. But it's only on there temporarily, so just to make sure everything line up, like you say, all the bolts went in okay. So what I'm now going to do, I'll just show you something here first before I tell you what I'm going to do. So behind the bumper there's what they call a cross connect. So as you can see, that bolts to the actual, that slam panel extension that we put on, and then the bumper bolts to that, and then there's 6 screws in the front here, as you can see, what hold that. So I'll leave that on now, that cross connector. I'll leave that on, and then just remove these bolts and these screws at the front there, and take the bumper off again so I can get the two lights out. And then yeah, and then like I say, she's off to paint next week, so hopefully we'll get her back before the weekend, and then we can literally finish her off as far as I can get. Hopefully the because that'll be a week, so hopefully the driver's airbag and the pre-tensioner comes as well. So then yeah, like I say, I've got everything for the bumper, or I think I've got everything for the bumper. I've got there's another bit of this shiny black trim what goes over there, and then you've got the radar sensor in the front there, and then there's a bezel. I got the bezel what goes around there. I got the aero bit what goes up there with all the parking sensors in, and I've got this front grille here as well, so I think I've got everything I need for the front bumper. I've got the two wheel arch trims as well, so yeah, hopefully when she come back from paint, all we'll be waiting for is the two side skirts. I'll fix this wing back on, as you can see. There's still quite a big gap down there, but there is a trim what goes in there. Let me take around the other side and I'll show you, which makes that gap look a little bit smaller, as you can see. Yeah, there's that little trim there. Well, what I'll ask the body shop to do is just tweak everything and make sure everything's lined up, and then yeah, Cat S, don't forget everyone, Cat S. So yeah, so it's only going to be a short one today, but I just thought I'd document the bit before it goes for paint. If I take this old one, you see that cross connector there, so that's the bit I was talking about, what sits behind the bumper there. You can see half of it's missing on that one. So, and here's the grill. Oh, here's the old grill. I'm not going to use that one, obviously. What sits in there above that way round even, yeah. And then you've got this bezel what sits around there as well. So really the only bit what gets painted on this is this grey external part there. So yeah, like I say, I thought I'd just document this. These are just held in place, like I say, with these 10mm sockets. So what's that, 6mm bolt? So yeah, I'm going to strip it down, take the lights out, and then send her off to paint. I've got the tail and eye cover as well, but obviously I can't install, well, no need to install that because this bit obviously don't get painted. All been painted. They also done a few other little bits which I'll talk you through in a minute, but as you can see, the front end, the bumper, the bonnet and the two wings are now been painted. Superb colour match, done a really good job. As you see, it's a little bit dusty from where I got it back from the body shop this morning, but it's due to rain later today, so I'll just let the rain take it off. I was going to wash it, but I'll let the rain take it off. A couple of other things they touched up, like I say, if you watch the previous videos you'll know this rear diffuser had some marks on here from Copart from the forklift, so they touched them up as well. And the bottom of this door trim, that also had a few little marks on, so they've painted that. They've also painted one of the side skirts. If you remember, we had one what was in two pieces and one what was solid. That's in the car there. They've also painted that, so I only need to buy one of the side skirts now. I've got everything else that I need apart from the driver's side skirt, and also, believe it or not, this driver's side pre-tensioner still hasn't come. I've got the airbag now, so I'll be fitting that. I've got everything for the front end, so what I plan to do today is remove the front bumper, take that inside, build up the front bumper, put all the parking sensors, camera, radar sensor, everything what I need anyway to make up the front bumper, and then I'll install the 2 headlights, get the bonnet alignment as best I can with the headlights once they're installed, install the front bumper again, and then I've got the 2 actuators to go onto the bonnet hinges, and then yeah, move on to the inside and installing the airbag, then she'll be pretty much complete. Oh, I've also got the wheel arch liners to go on, and also these wheel arch trims here, which I'll do obviously once the bumper go back on, because they connect between the wing and the bumper. So once the bumper's made up and on, I can do that. Like I say, I've got that side skirt there, so she's practically ready. She's practically ready to go. So yeah. So like I say, I'm expecting to have it complete in this video. I can't see nothing what's gonna stop me from doing that. But as we all know, there might be always something what chucks its curveball in at us. But we'll see how we get on today anyway. So yeah. So what I'll do now is, like I said earlier, I will remove the front bumper, I will take that inside, I'll set you up on a tripod, and we'll build up the front bumper, then we'll come back outside and then install the 2 headlights, and yeah, start getting everything lined up on the front end. Exciting stuff. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so we're moving on to installing the lights now. As you can see, I've got a new control module, or I've got a control module for the passenger side light that was missing in the last episode, so I've got that now. Hopefully it wouldn't need coding, and we can, yeah, once it's plugged in, hopefully the light will work, but we'll see. So I'm gonna put you onto time lapse, and then we'll install the 2 lights, and then I'll show you once they're installed, yeah? Okay, ta-da for now. So as you can see, that didn't work. Yeah, only the driver's side light is working, so it looks like we're going to have to code the light to the car. I don't know whether my scanning tool will do that or not, but which is a shame, but if not, I'll have to get it coded somewhere, I suppose. But what we'll do is we'll finish off what we're doing, and then we'll yeah, plug in the diagnostic tool and see if we can actually code it ourselves, or whether I need to take it somewhere for coding. Okay, ta-da for now. So what else I've got now is I've got the impact absorber, as you can see. Finally got hold of that. I've installed the new pedestrian sensor in there, so I'll fit that now as well prior to installing the bumper. We'll actually install the bumper tomorrow. We're losing the light a bit now, but I'll get the impact absorber on, and then we'll be ready to go in the morning. It's good round the lights here, both sides now. If you remember in the last video I had to move that, move this bracket slightly, but yeah, everything looks lined up now, so I expect it to be quite a simple operation. So I'll get the impact absorber on, plug in the pedestrian sensors. I have unplugged the battery now, and then yeah, go for install of the bumper in the morning. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's a bumper all made up and complete now. As you can see, I put the wiring looms in. I just need to put that clip on there. There seem to be 2 parking sensors missing. Don't really know how that's happened, but they go in the arch liner or arch trim anyway, so I can fit them later. But yeah, I don't really know what went on there. But as you can see, it's all complete and put together. So we'll now put the lights in the car, and then we'll install the bumper and then start lining up the bonnet. I don't really know what these are. If anyone knows what these are, please let me know in the comments, because I don't really know what they're for. There's 3 of them along the front, look. They've got a little yellow dot on the end of them. I don't really know what they are. But yeah, if you do know, let me know in the comments. The radar sensors in, that's put there. And also on the front and the grille, there's that there. I don't really know what that is, but that's in anyway. So all the parts come off the bumper previously, all the electronic parts apart from the wiring loom, because as we showed you before, we had a couple of stripped cables. I could have repaired them, but for the price of a new lower loom, that's this one here, that's easier just to get a new one. So yeah, so we'll go outside and fit the lights and then put it onto the car. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the bonnet fitted now. It's just held in place with these 6mm bolts. I've still got one to go in there. Along the top's a 10mm socket. There's also these 2 little screws in here, and then there's 2 6mm bolts what go up through the wing there from the inside. You probably see me putting them in on the time lapse. And then there's a couple of clips, you can't see them, but there's a couple of clips what that slide into as well. But yeah, looks really good. Gaps obviously very good because the bolts tighten them up. But yeah, what we're going to do now is mess around with the bonnet. Now we've got this on. The gap's gone under that light what we had before, as you can see, so that's all good now. So we're going to adjust the bonnet, get that sitting correctly. Then once we've done that with all the gaps and everything, we'll put the actuators back on, put the windscreen washer jets on from the other one, and yeah, then we're almost there really. Just have a look at these jets while we're here, and then we've got the under tray to go on, and I can't fit the wheel arch liners now because I'm waiting for the other 2 PDCs, and so yeah, just got those jets to come off that old bonnet. I assume they just clip on there and install them onto the new one. Oh, one thing I never mentioned in the last video, I had the dent man remove all the dents from the tailgate as well. If you remember, I think that's from the Copart forklift. There was 14 dents on that tailgate and he got them all out. Look, it's perfect now, so it's another job off the list. So yeah, so I'll adjust the bonnet. I'll do that off camera because that takes quite a while. And then yeah, I'll cut back in once we got the bonnet all lined up and the gap's nice. And then we'll have a look at completing the rest. We've got these wheel arch trims to go on. I can put them on because the parking sensors clip into the back of that, as you can see. So I can put them on, put that side skirt on, and then I'll have a look to see if I can put the under tray on or whether I need the wheel arch liners to go on first. But it's a shame about those PDCs. Shame I ain't got them, but I'll have them before the end of the video. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so that's the two actuators now installed. They're just held in place. You can't see them because they're really awkward to get to, but two T30s onto the hinge. It's a bit of a conundrum because you can't really get to the bolt of the hinge with the actuator on, and so well, I found it easier to put the hinges on first without the actuators, but I might have been done it wrong. So there's the other one. So they're the two actuators on. I've also put in the washer jet fluid line that just simply clips in position. So that's done now. We have done the bonnet, as you can see, lovely gap, nice and level, nice gap along the front, and a nice gap up the wings as well, so everything lines up perfectly. I have got to take the bumper off again because this parking sensor's come out and you can't get to it. It's right behind the crash bar, but what I'll do is I'll wait till the other PDCs are here, and then I'll have to undo that again and pull that out to clip that PDC back in place. But yeah, apart from that, we're now going to install the driver's airbag, and then we might install the side skirt then. Okay, ta-da for now. Right, so we got the new airbag. You've probably seen this before, but that's just simply one connection. All the 12-volt battery is off, and then it simply just pushes into place. There you go. So that's that done. What I'll do now is I'll put the 12-volt battery back on, then I'm going to run some codes. I think we should have most of the codes are gone now. We still have the parking sensors one, and we still have the what do you call it, pretensioner, but we'll clear all the codes down and see what we've got left. So I'll cut back in once I've done the code check. Okay, ta-da for now. So we're down to just 5 codes now. 3 I think are okay, but 2 I'm a bit concerned about. So we got end fitting pretensioner, we know that because the pretensioner's here, but we've still got the actuator active, pedestrian protection, resistance too high on the left and the right, which are the 2 new actuators I put on. And then function restraint system driver, yeah, because the what do you call it, pretension's not in, and then we got pedestrian protection function. So I don't know, they're permanent codes at the moment, so I don't know whether they're going to need coding. I don't know, but every other code's gone now. As you can see, the cameras are working. Let me do this. Cameras are working, look. Front camera's working, they are. Front camera's working. These 2 side cameras are going now as well, so I need to take it for a drive. Well, I need to get the front light coded as well. So while I'm having that done, I'll have a look at these actuators and pedestrian protection. I don't really know what's wrong there, I must admit. It's a bit out of my skill set. But I'll just wait for the pre-tension to come in, because obviously I can't drive it because I won't have a seatbelt. And then yeah, I'll have to take it somewhere to have it, still got the airbag light on, you see, because of that. So yeah, I'll have to have the actuators looked at, but everything else seems to be working. Obviously it's got rid of all the radar sensors and everything like that as well. So we've got 2 more PDCs to go in. Yeah, so yeah, once the rest of the stuff come, I'll cut back in then. Ta-da for now. So what we had to do is, like I said, to remove these 10mm bolts out of the bumper. Remove the 2 bumper bolts out of there, and then we had to replace this PDC here, because as you can see, the old one, the tabs are actually broke off. So I don't know how that happened. So we got a new PDC for there. The 2 new PDCs for the wheel trim have come as well. So wheel arch trim, so they're installed now. This one, as you can see, the wheel arch trim, it just clips on, just loads of clips, and then the PDC holder's already in there. So we're now going to install that one on the passenger side. Once that's installed, I can install this side skirt. So yeah, so that's what we're now going to do anyway. Put this one on. Like I say, both only clip into place, so I wouldn't bother setting up a time lapse. And then I'm going to look to install this wheel arch liner. Once I put the power back on the car again, I can turn the wheels again and then install that. Okay, so I'll cut back in once I've installed these 2 items. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the near side and clipped in. That's the near side arch trim installed with the PDC. As you see, I've also put the new arch liner on. That's just held in place with a couple of these, what sort of keep it in place, and just push clips everywhere else, as you can see. I'll put the side skirt on. That just clips in the top, and then those are these push clips. Where are we? Those are these push clips underneath. Know where we are. Don't know whether you can see it or not. There. Those are these push clips. Still got this undercover to go on there. So that's in the shed. So what I'll do is I'll put the other wheel arch liner on, and then I'll install or get it up on the ramps so I can get underneath easier, and I'll install the 2 or the 3 sort of underbody covers. There's one what go under the motor, and then one either side as I just in. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. So yes, what I'm now going to do is put this wheel back on, and then jack it up and put the other wheel arch liner in. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the other wheel arch liner installed. I also put the car on the ramps, as I said I was going to, and we have installed all the under trays as well. There's a clip to go in that one still. Need to do that now, don't I really? But yeah, I've just got some clips to go in the front of this bumper as well, so I'll get them on, and then yeah, we can get it off the ramps again. That's coming along, looking good. Okay, ta-da for now. So we finally have the new pre-tensioner, as you can see. So that is just installed with a T50 there. So just one bolt, it hooks onto that threaded bar there, if you can see it, and then screws into there, and then this one airbag connection goes onto there. So I'll install that, and then we can put the remaining interior trim panels back on, and then yeah, and then that's the interior complete. So I've got my tub of bolts there, so I'll just install that and then cut back in once I've installed it all. And yeah, you also got these two locked together, so the new seat belt that I installed, that connects into there, and then the alarm's now going off in the car. Lovely. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the pre-tensioner and all trim reinstalled. The pre-tensioner connects to the seat belt there with a T30, as you can see, just one bolt. And then there's also this 8mm bolt up the top here, what's hidden under this little cover. So we'll put the cover back on, that's that back on. And then, yeah, this cover just sits in there to cover up that T20. So that's all the seat belt done, and now all the interior is complete as far as I'm aware. Yep. So what I now need to do, which I'm not scared to admit that I get it wrong sometimes, but so these, which I never knew, but these two bonnet catchers, they also have actuators on them for when the pedestrian access or the pedestrian sensors set off. So I've got two new catchers for them as well, and I think that's those two codes what do the what is shown on the scanner as well. So I just need to change both these bonnet catchers. So yeah, that's what I'm now going to do. The battery is disconnected, as you can see, while working on the airbag system. But yeah, I didn't realise that until I was putting the wheel arch line on the other day, and I thought, oh, there's a yellow cable. I don't know if you can see that down there. There's a yellow cable which goes to these two bonnet catchers. So yeah, I got to change them out, but I got them. They come in quite quickly. So yeah, I'm now going to change them, and then I'll cut back in again after that. Ta-da for now. Right, so that's the two new bonnet catchers installed and all plugged in. There's the two old ones there. If I'm completely honest, I put them side by side and I couldn't tell the difference whatsoever. The little actuator there, where are we? The little actuator there didn't seem extended on either one unless it gets pulled back in by that spring. I don't honestly know, I'm guessing here. I'll set up the code reader in the car. There's loads of codes again because obviously it's been unplugged again, so I'm gonna just whip it up and down. No, I'm not, because the bonnet, yes I am. The bonnet's not shut properly for some reason. Let me go out and do that again. Unless I haven't plugged it in correctly. Right, there we go. Should be okay now. Sorry about that. Right, so what we're going to do is go for a little drive up and down the garden, just in case there is anything. I don't really know why that's on there, but and then we'll clear the codes and see if it clears all the airbags. So there's 6 there, 6 airbag codes left. So we'll clear all them. While that's doing that, I'll just talk you through. So we need to have the headlight coded, and also all the radar sensors and all-round cameras, they all need coding again, so I got it booked in for next week to have that done, and then we should be complete all apart from the driver's side skirt, which I picked up some parts from Mini this morning for another project I got, and they're saying October now for the driver's side. The passenger one is okay. That's coming in a couple of weeks time, but obviously the paint shop repaired the passenger one, so I don't really need that now, but the driver's side one isn't till October. So we're nearly done, 96%. Let's have a look together. Close complete. Right, so we've got, try and find a space where I haven't got something shining on it, which is very hard to do in this weather. So we've got loads of stuff for the steering and driver's assist and stuff like that, which I think is related to the codings. All-round camera view. So we got some stuff for that as well. Park and distance control. LED light, like I say, that need coding to the vehicle, and camera based driving system. Yep, good. All the airbag ones are gone. Where's the SRS system? There. So we got no more airbag lights, and also we haven't got the airbag warning light on the dash neither, which is good. So we'll plug the seatbelt in just to make sure that light goes off, which it doesn't. It's a bit of a worry, isn't it? There, it's gone off now. We're starting to move, so we're okay. Yeah, so it's just the coding to do, which I can't do, unfortunately. So like I say, we've got it booked in next week at our local friendly garage, and we'll get that done, and then that'll be the end of the project. So I'll see you all at the end of next week after I've had it all coded, and hopefully all these warning lights are gone. Park assist not available. Yep, so okay, so that's all we can do for now by myself without the help of a friendly local garage. Okay, so ta-da for now. Finally, we have the last remaining part for the Mini Aceman. So the side skirt's now arrived, as you can see, so I'm now going to fit that. I have had the light coded, so that's now operational as well. As you can see, I'll put the indicator on, so yeah, so everything's done bar this side skirt. So I'm now going to put the side skirt on, and then I'll cut back in once she's on, and then we have completely finished the Aceman. So it's all good news. Okay, so turn that indicator on. So it just clips in place. How do I get the door open? Can't remember. Oh, here. So it just clips in place. As you can see, clips on the back there. So they just go into these slots here, and then there's some the old plastic rivets what go underneath. So I'm going to get that on and then cut back in and show you the finished project, and that would be the Aceman complete. Okay, ta-da for now. So that's the side skirt installed. Took 3 minutes, easy install, just like I said, clips on, and then these plastic rivets hold it in underneath, about 5 or 6 of them under there, and then there's a smaller one at the front as well. That's it, she's done. So what I'll do now is I'll upload a video of the first drive. Yeah, give it a good clean. Little bird poo on it where it sat in the garage waiting for the light to be coded. So what we'll do now is we'll now go through the costs for the Mini Aceman SE. So if we start as normal with a purchase, so it cost me £6,100 from Copart. The fees come to £864. Bearing in mind these are rounded up or rounded down as per normal. It was in Santos, so quite a way away from me, so I allowed £80 for fuel. The pyro fuse and the connector comes to £27. And then with all the parts, they were obviously, as you see in the video, they come in certain durations. So for the bumper parts and everything, that comes to £3,101. And then for the airbags and the rear suspension parts, so the curtain airbags, etc., they come to £1,311. And then for the new driver side door, additional bumper parts and the aero kit along the front of the bumper, that was £1,243. And then for the replacement dash and a few other bits, that come to £754. For the new bonnet and the actuators was £604. Well, for the impact absorber, the bumper brackets, the light module, and additional airbag, that was £899. And then to have the whole car, well, not the whole car, but to have the car painted, so it needed obviously the door painted, the wings painted, the bumper, the bonnet, and all the repairs on the rear diffuser, etc. That comes to quite a hefty £2,300. And then the dent removal, so to have all those dents removed from the rear tailgate was £400. And then the last thing we had to purchase was the pre-tensioners and also the new bonnet catchers, and they come to £598. So in total, the whole cost of the car to rebuild it comes to £18,281. Like I say, rounded up or rounded down. Now, I have sold it, so she's gone, and I sold it for 21,500. So what's that? 3,000. So profit of £3,000, just over. Few other bits I took it to the valeters and things like that, so that cost me a couple £100 and things like that. But yeah, in total profit £3,000. So all in all, not a bad project. It obviously took quite a while to get all the parts, so you can see why they wrote it off. You know, it was about a 3-month project, and obviously they'd had to pay higher costs and things like that in insurance, so you see why they wrote it off. But all in all, nice little bit of profit for me. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button if you want to follow me on this journey. If you got any comments at all, drop them in the comments section. I will reply to every single comment. And yeah, turn on your notifications as well. Keep you up to date with what's going on at Salvage Rescues. But apart from that, that's all I've got for you today. So it's a ta-da for now.